Why are they very important?
Thank you very much. You know, when in this particular case, the surveyor as I have here, I am not a land surveyor per se. I belong to the Ghana Institution of Surveyors.
Okay.
So every member of the Ghana Institute of Surveyors is a surveyor.
Okay.
So over there we have the quantity surveyors, we have the land surveyors, and then we have the valuation and estate surveyors. So I am a valuation and estate surveyor.
Okay.
So
okay.
I am a land manager.
Okay.
Okay. So and I'm a lawyer as well. So in that context, when the role that we play as surveyors, as I've indicated, is under the valuation and estate surveying, we actually advise on land values. Okay, we value, and then beyond that, we also advise on the value of properties, so that if you have your building, you want to mortgage, or you want to sell, we advise you on the values. Besides that, we also do land management, as I'm doing at the Lands Commission. That if you want to buy land, the things that you have to look out for. So basically, these are the things that we
okay.
do.
So for the land surveyors, if I'm buying a land, say from Ultimate Land Hub, though for you to become a partner for Love FM means that we vetted you, we trust your provision and all that. But I'm buying land from somebody. The person says it's 80 by 90. Leo, this thing help me. You are a construction guy. 80 by 90 and all that. If I come to the Lands Commission or a surveyor can tell me this is accurate or it's not accurate. Can a surveyor do that? The size of the land.
Yes, you know the Lands Commission. I mean, we all surveyors refer. They take their reference from the Lands Commission. So we have a division specifically for land surveying. So any primary you contact the Lands Commission and they would determine. Okay, they can help determine the size, the acreage of the land. Okay, and if particularly the location. And I believe that it is very crucial that you undertake a qualified surveyor and then to do your survey work for you, because we have had situations where people have deceived others. Okay, showing them a wrong site and giving them a different site plan. So you have your land, they've gone to show you a very beautiful place in Edum, but because you do not understand the plans, they can show you some land which lies far away.
Oh, okay.
From that particular location.
So the surveyor will be the one to know. You will not know.
You may not know.
Because he will be looking at the coordinates and all that.
Exactly.
Wow. Charlie. Wow. I'm really learning. So someone will ask, I want to buy land from Engineer Bernard Ofosu. I'm just an ordinary man. I'm a young man. I've gotten money. I want to buy land. What do I need from him to come to the Lands Commission to test whether the land he is saying he has is right? One, the documentation he is giving is accurate. What do I need from Engineer Ofosu to come to you, Surveyor Atanga, to do that checks for me?
Right. In law, the first thing that we look at is capacity. See whether the one who claims to be the owner of the land is indeed the person who owns the land. So he has presented a document to you. The name on the document, is it the same person who is the owner? Has he gone to steal his uncle's document that he's if he's a chief, is he really the rightful owner? Is he the rightful chief who has the power to sell the land to you? And that it goes to the root of every land acquisition, and this has given problems to so many people, because you buy land from someone, it turns out that he wasn't the rightful person. So that's the first thing that you have to look for. The capacity of the person. So if you know that, once you are able to determine that indeed, yes, you can verify. Either of late we have the Ghana card. Do every necessary step, diligence, to ensure that the person who holds the document is actually the person. If he's a chief, you take all the necessary steps to ensure that he is the rightful chief who has the power to deal with that land. Thankfully, in Kumasi, we have a very well-structured traditional system where you can verify the capacity of the chief from the Asantene's Part 1, Asantene's Land Secretariat, Customary Land Secretariat. You can verify the capacity of the chief because they know all the people involved. The next thing, as I said, is the site plan. Okay, the person you have to be sure that the land that is being presented to you is the land that you indeed have been shown, the one in the document tallies with the one that is on the site plan. And then if the land is one which has already been registered and they are transferring to you, you have to ensure that the document is indeed legitimate. It has been duly registered and all that. Then you get a surveyor, the land surveyor, to confirm the plan with that on the ground. Once you are satisfied, you come to the Lands Commission to do a search, conduct official search.
Okay. Okay, so engineer, as engineer Surveyor Atanga, you said that the first thing is the capacity.
Yes.
Nipa no transas yamamen or no na nipa na. Then we come to the site plan. Then we come to if there's a engineer Ofosu is the one who bought the land for. He's transferring to Eugene. You must make sure court has certified the transfer. Right? There's a change of ownership. Or
yeah, no, the document that he sold, is it normally when you buy land, if you're a first timer, you are granted a lease from the stool. If you are purchasing the land from the chiefs, you are given a lease. Now, when you have been given the lease, and the last time I made it clear that people have depended on allocation letters as their documents, but allocation note is does not vest title. It only shows evidence that you have purchased land, but it does not confer any title. So much that if one is holding a lease, a registered lease, and you are holding an allocation paper on the same piece of land, the one who is having a registered lease will prevail over you.
So at what point should a prospective buyer of land demand from the person buying the land, he's buying the land from, the lease?
Yes, so if I am claiming that I have purchased the land from a chief, then I should have gone ahead after the allocation paper to register my lease. So if I have registered, and if he has registered and he's selling, then at that point I should demand the lease
from him.
From him.
Okay. People, after they get the allocation paper, usually they do not continue with getting the lease.
Yes.
I asked this question last year. I want to ask it again. Is there a difference between the lease and an indenture?
No. The indenture is the paper that we actually type the lease on.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So it's just that it's like A4 paper.
Exactly.
Oh, but that paper you type the lease on is what you call the indenture.
The indenture, yes. But the agreement you have entered into is the lease. Okay.
Yes. But if who have you been on this one? Because the things we've heard from people on these things, that's interesting. So the indenture is just the type of paper. It's like when you go to KNUS A4, the architecture students will print things on. Yes,
I think it's the booklet.
It's a booklet.
The indenture is the booklet, and then the lease is in the indenture together with the site plan and then.
Oh, okay. So basically, it's like the passport booklet.
Yes.
The visa is
the
visa.
So together is the indenture, but then the lease is in the indenture, and then we have the site plan also in the indenture.
So using the passport, the booklet is the indenture.
Yes.
Then the visa is the lease.
Yeah, because somebody else for
you have
the
the site plan in there also. So together that makes the indenture.
Okay.
So meaning that if engineer Fosu transfers to me, I must demand the lease from him, that I must go ahead and also register so that I also have the new lease which will bear my details and everything.
Yes. When he has registered a lease, the next transfer will either be a sublease or an assignment. Either he will give you part of the number of years that he has, or he will transfer everything, relinquish every interest. When he's giving you a part of it, it's a
that
sublease.
means if I have it for 100 years,
exactly,
I can say I'm leasing it to you for 50.
Exactly. And that is a sublease.
And I think that it's something that people have not averted their minds to. I think in Ashanti region they do 99 years, if I'm mistaken.
Oh, that I mean, yes. That's the maximum.
So it means that if you are not careful or you are not well read, a person selling the land back to you can even give it to you 50 on the document and you may not know.
No, yeah.
So after 50 years, he can lay claim to the land.
Yes.
I mean, but that's his prerogative.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying that so you, the buyer, must know whether the person is giving absolute ownership or giving you some years. Exactly. I don't know, David, if you get me.
In most cases, when you get it for 99 years, that's the maximum. Like Surveyor said, that's the maximum number of years. When you get it for 99 years, you are in most cases not able to sublease it for the same relinquish all your rights. So you have to give it for less.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
No, I think what happens is that, as I've indicated, we have two. When I have the lease, I have two. What do you call it? Matters. When you want to buy land, and for the purpose of education, you need to know when the person says he's transferring it to you, then he must necessarily give you the entire term that he has. So if he has already spent 10 years, he's left with 8 or 9 years. He must transfer. In that one, he has nothing to do with the land. Now the agreement, he steps out. So whatever covenants that are in there now comes between you and the landowner. It is not between you and the person who has transferred it to you.
Okay.
So he absorbs. So you pay the rent directly to the stools.
So, for example, the stool is a stool land.
Yes.
Somebody has the lease on that land.
Yes.
So I buy it from the person.
Yes.
He transfers the lease to me. So now whatever dealings I have on the land is with the custodians.
Exactly.
Okay, all right.
So if you don't fail to pay your ground rent, they can re-enter the land from you. But then the second portion is where you have, like sometimes maybe the person wants to build, operate, and transfer. Then you have 99 years. I say, okay, fine, you build, use it for 50 years, and then transfer the property back to me. So that one you give a sublease. But in lands commission, most of the time, what we've been coming across is the assignment. Most of the time when people buy, they actually do the transfer for the full one. So if you want to buy and the person says, I'm doing a transfer, then watch out. Be sure that he's transferred all his rights and interests in the land to you.
So I'm really getting educated on some of these issues. Really getting educated. Now I asked engineer. I'll come to you, David. I asked engineer Fosu about some of the common mistakes he encountered as a soil scientist, and he spoke about how he went to a 3-story building and the issues they've encountered there and all that. In your capacity as a surveyor, and I know you are not just the land surveyor, you are a valuer of a sort, but also with the lands commission, you hear from your colleagues. What are some of the mistakes buyers of land make, or through the documentation process, that you think if they start now, before they even buy the land, they will not face those challenges?
Oh, one major thing is the diligence, as I've said. Land is all about diligence. You know, someone earns some money and he's in a hurry. You know, someone shows him some piece of land and he's in a hurry. You say everything, they are not ready to listen to you. But it's a painstaking process. If you don't take care, you end up losing huge sums of money. So I will always go by the way, diligence and patience. Take your time, as I've said, check the capacity, verify the ownership with the lands commission, with the planning authorities, so that you don't go and buy even a waterlogged area, a place which has been earmarked as a road, you go and buy. So do all those checks. Some of them may go as far as even finding out from the court whether there is even litigation on the land. So diligence and patience.
Yeah, my Leo last week nearly bought a land like that. So yeah, Engineer Fosu, I'll come back to you before I go to David. There's this normal thing that people say, "Ube twasa say an abehanda ya ko isutobrim." I go to the land, there's no flooding there. I can buy the land.